Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. How are you guys doing today? It's a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to see if I have audio. Please, if you are able to hear me, please kindly give me a feedback right there. Can I get a feedback from somebody? Favor Weibo, how are you? Can I get a feedback? Can I get a feedback real quick if you can hear me? If you guys can hear me, please let me know you can hear me. Is the audio fantastic? All right. Thank you. I think you guys can hear me. All right. That's good. All right. So, loud and clear. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And as you're coming in, please, I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to share this video on your wall, share it on your page, and let's get more people connected at this time. Okay, I'm still trying to look for it on my phone because I want to get the feedback from my side. So please kindly share this video, share this broadcast. If you have friends on Instagram, please kindly let them know that I'm on live. If you want to share it on your Facebook, please go ahead and just share on your Facebook page also. All right. So welcome everybody. Thank you very much. I'm still trying to get the feedback on my phone here. It's a little difficult when you are changing location. All right. So right now I've changed. I'm no longer in my office downstairs. So I'm actually in the studio upstairs right now because you guys will begin to see different videos starting from now. You're going to start seeing different videos starting from this moment. I'm going to be interviewing people, and you're going to be seeing different faces on my show so that we want to step it up and go to the next level. All right, let me check this out. I think I got this one. Let me see. Wow. Okay. This is beautiful. I think the audio is great. I like it. I like it. Okay, let's go ahead to the topic of today. Dr. Shola, is it possible for my wife to change? I'm really sorry. Let me edit that real quick. For my wife to change. All right. Because I know some people will not understand. Some people will not understand. They will still be to change. All right. I think I got it. Good. All right. I think I got it. Dr. Shola, is it possible for my wife to change? I am getting tired of this marriage. All right. See, uh, people will get to a point in their life that they will always come to this. They'll get to this point in their lives that you guys may be asking why or what is wrong with marriage these days. Why is marriage so difficult? Marriage is not supposed to be difficult, but it's difficult right now not because marriage is difficult. It's difficult because of individual differences, because of us. We people that are inside of marriage, is difficult for us to hold marriage together. It's difficult for us to hold marriage together. Okay, and that's the problem we are being faced with. Uh, People are a little bit selfish. Selfishness is killing a lot of people. Selfishness is killing a lot of people. We come into relationship based on the mindset like, what am I going to gain from this? Not what I can give. It's supposed to go two ways: what to give and what to get. You must to give something to get something. You can't just come into relationship just with the mind of getting. I just want to get. And that's why I see a lot of people, they will say, oh, she's not making me happy, it's not making me happy. They are not designed to make you happy. That is not their responsibility. Their responsibility is not to make you happy. Your responsibility is to make yourself happy and be happy by yourself, for yourself, with yourself. And you guys would not agree with me that you know you should find happiness before you get married, and happiness will only come to you if you allow yourself to grow. If you allow yourself to grow, then happiness will come to you. If you refuse to allow yourself to grow, then it's going to be difficult for you to actually understand what happiness is like. What happiness is like. So when we come into relationship, we are coming into relationship with the mind of giving, of giving. For God so loved the world that he gave. Love will always give. Love is about giving. It's not just about taking, it's about giving. If you love somebody, you give to that person. If you love somebody, you give to that person. And sometimes we give too much. Sometimes people give too much. It's both ways. Some women will give too much, some men will give too much. When you give too much, you're robbing yourself. I don't know if I'm communicating with somebody. I don't know if I'm communicating with somebody here. I'm still trying. I'm still trying to know maybe I'm communicating with somebody in the house here. If I'm communicating with somebody, please let me know I'm communicating with somebody. All right. You need to give, but you cannot give more than you could, more than your capacity. When you give too much, you are going to become, you will be exposed to danger. When you give too much, you'll be exposed to danger, to failure, to heartbreak. Because it's possible for you to pour out your mind and don't receive half of what you're pouring out. You don't receive half of what you're pouring out. Okay? And that's why the Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself, not more than yourself. Not more than yourself. Love them just like yourself, not more than yourself. So it's something that we must actually understand, that you can't give too much in a relationship. Not too much. Always remember, mental health is real. Always remember, depression is real. Always remember that you must be independent. So when you're giving a relationship, you give, based on your capacity and ability. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. And I'm going to break it down to you, that guys, gradually. So coming into a relationship, you are looking at, okay, I want to enjoy this marriage. I want this marriage to be cool. And I want to be happy in it. I want to have so much joy in it. I want to have children. I want to be happy. That's the mindset. That's always what we go into marriage thinking about. And the day of wedding, when you're dancing, you're only dancing to your freedom. You're dancing to love. You're dancing to prosperity. You are happy. Your friends are happy. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy around you. And that's a motivation for you to go into marriage and say, you know what? Everybody's happy for me. Let me go into it and make it work. But sometimes we do forget that when we're going into relationship, going to marriage, we sometimes overlook what we call individual differences. All the time we overlook it. Individual differences. We are different. We are all different. There are no two people that are alike. Sometimes you see people who look alike, but you find out that their temperaments are different. Character-wise is different. The vision is different. Perception is different. You see, we are totally different. It's possible for us to look alike. All right? It's possible for us to look alike, but deep down, when you look at the old stuff, you'll find out that we are totally different. 100% different from each other. Our fingerprints are totally different. I'm telling you, totally different. That you can never see two people that are equal. There are no two people that are equal. Even twins, they are not the same. So always make sure that you put that at the back of your mind, that the person I want to get married to is different from me. It's not me. We didn't get raised by the same father. We didn't get raised by the same mother. We didn't come from the same family. All right. Our level of education may be different too. Or, the school may differ. Our exposure may be different. Our ability, capacity may be different. So when we are now coming into a relationship, always put that at the back of your mind that it's going to cause trouble. There will be misunderstanding in the relationship because this is how I do my thing. This is the way you do yours. You will know lo momo ya meji jẹun lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. Èyí wù mí ò wẹ̀ ó mọ̀ ya méjì jẹun lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. You will eat separately. You will think separately. You will think in different ways. But when we talk about compatibility, it means that it's not compatibility doesn't mean that you guys are the same. It's only the ability to disagree and to agree. That's what compatibility means. That okay, yeah, that's fine. I think I could disagree with her and agree with her at the same time. Then you are compatible. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that we think the same way, we have the same vision, we have the same understanding, we perceive things the same way. No, it doesn't mean that we speak the same language. But the ability, that maturity that is there for me to disagree and then agree with you, or agree to disagree, and then you accept it. That's what we say compatibility. We are compatible because we respect each other. I respect your opinion, you respect mine. I respect your vision, you respect mine. So then we are compatible because now we are mature enough to understand that we're different and for us to accept each other and say, that's cool. That's what compatibility means. Don't be looking for someone exactly like you because you cannot find. Don't be looking for somebody that would think exactly like you because you cannot find. You always find somebody that is thinking towards your direction, but is not totally towards your direction. So, but God has created us in different ways like that, different sizes, different height and understanding, just because God is a God of variety. And He wants us to actually be able to use our maturity to understand each other, to accept each other, and to mingle together and live together in unity. All right, that's exactly what is actually what the plan of God for us. Okay, so when you now come into a relationship like that, you must understand that these individual differences will always come, and we always want to mess up things. You must be mature. Maturity will give you peace. Maturity will make you to be calm. It's because you are not yet mature enough. That's where you're always angry, or something just happened and you're angry. Oh, I think I'm walking away. Oh, I think I don't want this anymore. This is not what I'm bargained for. Okay? So when you enter a relationship, always expect it. Be expecting it. Expect it all the time. What you didn't bargain for will surely show up. What you didn't pray for will surely show up. It is not what you pray for that will always come in the marriage. Oh. Sometimes you see things that you didn't bargain for. All right? And women, by the time we see beauty, we forget about the rest of the whole stuff. We always say, oh, I don't want money. I don't want food. I don't want anything. You are just enough for me. But later down the road that you become hungry. That's when you know that food is needed. Then you need to pay bills. That's when you know money is needed. And that's when you know that you don't have the ability to provide for the whole house. Then your wife must work. And then you now start changing the music you're playing. All right. Now, let's go back to the topic. This young man is saying, Doctor, is it possible for my wife to change? Change and say what? What are you expecting her to look like? What are you expecting her to behave like? Who are you trying to build? Okay. So, when you're not talking about changing, you're supposed to have perceived that, you're supposed to have seen that during the time of friendship. During the time of, and who she could become. You're supposed to have known that. The ability is there for you to know because you're supposed to ask questions and you're supposed to be feeling the pulse. Who is this woman? Is it the kind of woman who is a go-getter? Is this kind of woman that wants to progress in life? What does she have? What's her level of education? What is she open? Is she open to criticism? Is she open to correction? Is he open to suggestion? Is she the kind of person that listens to people? You're supposed to know by the time you are actually courting or dating or even friendship time. That's when you will know that the person you are getting married to, because some people, you can't advise them. They are set in their ways, especially men. Sorry to say that again. Especially men. Somebody asked me, say, Pastor Shola, please don't attack men again. I said, but I cannot. I cannot keep quiet. The issue in marriage is actually the problem of men. Men, we are the problem. We are including myself. Including myself. We have some growing up to do. A lot of growing up we got to do. We need to grow. We must to grow. We must to change our mind. We must to understand what marriage is. All right, before you actually say I should keep quiet. We are the major problems in marriage. We are. So when you are looking at those stuff, I watched a video where one lady was saying that women they initiated the most divorce in life. I said yes. I said, so what are you trying to say? That it is the fault of the women who are initiating divorce? They couldn't take it anymore. They couldn't take it any longer. So they believe that, okay, it's better for me to walk away. All right. If you blame a woman from now to tomorrow, I will look at you and laugh. I'm just going to look at you and laugh. Let that same man go and marry another woman. You're going to understand that the same thing is going to happen. The same thing will happen. That woman will take the nonsense for a while, and then after a while, it will tell you, I can't take it no more. I'm not saying women are saints. I'm not saying women don't cheat. I'm not saying women are not abusive. I'm not saying all of that stuff. But the man is the one that is the most powerful. That's the man. The man picks the partner. You are the one who pick your partners. You go out to pick who you want. You saw that woman, you didn't investigate very well. You didn't dig into her life before saying, will you marry me? Now you are married to her and you're doing what you're doing. And now she rebelled against you. Or maybe she's a very good woman and you are the one who broke her life into pieces by cheating on her, by being abusive, by hiding things, being secretive. And she decided to go on CIA moves on you to dictate and find out some stuff that you've been hiding. And now you are blaming the woman that the woman is bad. Women don't pick men. Men pick women. And that's why we all need to actually think. Let's think. Who is to be blamed if at the end of the day something goes wrong? The man. So that's why I always tell men, take your time. Don't rush into marriage. Don't be jumping. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. All right? Dig into the life of the woman. Is she the one that is actually going to be your partner? Someone who could listen to you. Someone that could be your best friend. To be your best friend. Someone who could advise you. Someone you could listen to. A lot of men, it's difficult for them to listen to their wives. They don't. They don't listen to women. You can't be married to a woman and not listen to the woman. She must be allowed to speak her mind. She must be allowed to talk. And you must be willing to listen. And that's the part that is actually missing today because men don't want to listen. And then they always say, oh, Benny Lasson, ordinary woman. Why will you call your own wife your better half ordinary? She is not ordinary. She's your better half. She's the most important thing in your life. So you just don't call her ordinary woman. She is a special person in your life. So if you're getting married and you're actually getting married to a woman you could control, that's not marriage. You're actually buying yourself a slave. You're supposed to get married to someone you could listen to. Someone that could talk to you. Someone who could counsel you. Someone who could advise you. Someone who could motivate you. Someone who could criticize you. All right? Someone who could correct you when you make mistakes. That's who you're supposed to be able to listen to marry. To marry. That's the person. Don't marry someone you could yell at and be shaken. And that's why a lot of women in their relationship today, they shake. They are afraid. They are so afraid of their husbands. The person who is sleeping with them at night, the person they're cooking for, the person they believe that is the father of their kids, and they are afraid of him today. And men do enjoy this kind of stardom whereby wives are afraid of them. A wife couldn't ask the husband, please, can we talk? The woman would rather go and be crying to pastor in church or crying to a friend because the man is not willing to listen. And we are expecting marriage to work. There is no way marriage is going to work if you refuse to listen. You know, if you refuse to listen, you gotta listen before marriage could work. Marriage is not one-sided. Marriage is two ways. You know, you didn't marry her. You both married each other. She agreed to marry you. You asked the question, will you marry me? Will you marry me? And she said yes. It's a decision. Most of you are making that decision to marry each other. All right. And you are not special. She's not special. Both of you are special to each other. And you are not superior to her. And she's not inferior to you. All right. Both of you are actually very important in the relationship. So she must have a voice. You cannot run marriage on one side and be thinking the Bible says, I am the head. The head that the Bible is saying is just a leader of a team. We are teammates, partners in this journey. This is a journey that we're going into. It's a ship. It's a ship that you're entering into. That relationship is a ship. We are traveling towards a direction. All right. And two captains can be in a ship. That's why you are the captain. But I myself am actually a stakeholder when it comes to this business. And we are together in this stuff. If you fail, I fail. If you succeed, I succeed. If the ship should sink, we are both going down. So men must understand this fact that you are only a leader in the relationship. You are not a boss. You are not a boss. Okay? So if your wife is contributing what you are contributing in the marriage, so what? Your wife is going to work, she's paying bills in the house and all kinds of stuff. You're going to work, you're paying bills, and that's it. You know? Samahona, I've called my pastor, I've cried. You can't talk to him. He's a God, he insults everyone. But I'm done. Before I lose my mind, I have not been happy for 4 years plus. Oh my God. Ifeanyiwa, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about what you're going through. All right, studies. They enjoy the marriage when the woman is terrified of them. Yes, when the woman is terrified of them, scared of them, they enjoy the marriage. That's when they feel. That's when they feel like a man. You know, it's a narcissistic behavior. They feel like a man when the woman is afraid. When they feel that the one's in control, they feel that the one in control. When they're coming to the house, the woman is hiding. When they are in the house, the woman is shaking. It's impossible for the woman to say, can we talk? I have something to tell you. If your wife is not given that permission to say, I got something to talk about, all right, what do you want to say? I've been providing for this home. I paid bills in this house. So what do you want to say? Okay. So it's like the woman doesn't have a right. It doesn't have a voice in the relationship. And I'm saying, Mr. Bumi Akinwale, I'm telling you right now that a majority of Nigerian women are on this table right here. Majority of Nigerian women, they are on this table right here. I'm a counselor. I talk to people every day. Every day I talk to people. I talk to women every day. Majority of our women are on this table right now. On this table. They will shy away from it. They will lie to you. They will lie to you about it. They will lie like, oh, I talked to my husband. It's a lie. As they are right now, wherever they're sitting right now, they are being pricked in their heart that this guy is talking about me. They are terrified. They are afraid of that man that they live with. It's impossible for them to say, let us talk. They cannot. It's impossible because Nigerian women or African women, they hold marriage, like I used to say, is the ticket to heaven. So they will rather make themselves to be a slave of a man. They will accept it. They will accept to be a slave just because they want to be in a home. They are being disrespected every day, but they will not fight for that right of being respected. Every day they're being insulted and disrespected. They're being sent to their family that your family didn't train you well, you stupid idiot, and stuff. They are going through verbal abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse every day in their marriage, but they will rather keep quiet and not say anything because the old marriage, like I used to say, marriage is a ticket to heaven. It's a ticket to heaven. Their definition of respect is when the wife and children are afraid. Yes, ma'am. Culture and religion is the reason. Well, I don't want to believe that at this moment that I have, Mr. Bumi. I don't want to believe that. You see, you will see let me say this real quick, and it's not like I'm taking the glory. I started talking about these fake pastors very long time. Actually, I started talking about it. I was the first person. I'm the first person who started talking about these fake pastors. All right, the first person. And I've been breaking Bible down all this while. But because my name is not big, because I am not a big pastor, big name, Nigerians refuse to listen to me. They think, oh, he's talking nonsense. Oh, he's talking nonsense. It is not that Samadiyemi is now talking it now. They are now listening. Because it's Samadiyemi that is saying it right now, they are now listening to it. All of this stuff I'm saying right now, I've been saying it for a long time. All right, it is going to take a time. You will see pastors are changing their messages now. They are now tuning to what I've been saying. All this while, because now they are losing relevance. The pastors are losing their relevance right now. They are now stopping out trying to cajole people. They're not talking about what I've been talking about for the past 30, 20 years. They're now talking about it now. Formerly, they always ask me, are you depressed? Are you depressed? Are you depressed? But at the bottom of my heart, I'm telling people, no, I'm not depressed. I'm telling you the truth. But they couldn't understand because I don't have a big name. I don't have a big name. So it's not really the culture. It's just our stupidity. It's not even the religion. It's our stupidity, that is causing this stuff. Nigerians, we always say Nigerians are smart people. It's only 20% or maybe 2% of Nigerians that are smart. Only 2% of Nigerians that are smart. The rest of Nigerians are dumb. If you can see a graduate, a master's degree holder, going to lift up his phone for miracle alert, that should tell you. That's an indication for you to know that majority of Nigerians are dumb. For a graduate, a master's degree holder, a PhD degree holder to be lifting up his phone at a crusade, they're talking about miracle alert. I speak to Central Bank. I speak to Wema Bank. All right? If you could see a PhD holder standing right in the middle of those people, that's when you know that some Nigerians are worthless. Some Africans are worthless. Only 2% of Africans are smart. Those 2% are the ones representing us outside of the country. The 2% are the ones bringing glory to Nigeria. But when you go and sit in Nigeria per se, you will understand that Nigerians are so gullible. They only follow what somebody tells them. They cannot read Bible themselves. They cannot decode things by themselves. They only follow what people say. I stopped following people. I started reading Bible. I started reading Bible. I started asking the Holy Spirit for interpretation of what I'm reading. And I found it out. People always say, oh, divorce is not biblical. As I started reading the Bible, I found that divorce is biblical. I found that divorce is biblical. Somebody, Mr. Natu Aruna, you're saying they are changing now. The videos we are watching of thousands of Nigerians lifting up their phone in Suleiman's church at the Dar Open Crusade is recently 2023. It's a 2023 video of Nigerian youth with master's degree, PhD, lifting up their phone for miracle alert. That's in 2023. It's not in 1982. It's 2023 video that we're seeing. And you say they are changing. They're not. Nigerians are just so gullible. You see, when I started reading Bible, they say, oh, the divorce is not biblical. And I started reading, then I found out that divorce is in the Bible. Divorce is biblical, that God approved it. He approved divorce if there is sexual immorality, and then during the time of abandonment. Divorce is biblical. But they come to us, they teach us all this stuff. The only Bible they will quote is God hate divorce. How about the rest? We didn't take our time to go and dig into the rest of it. We don't read. Africans don't read. Africans only listen to pastors. They just listen to one guy saying something. I don't know, probably Mr. Bumi. I don't know. You remember there is the time when Momijio was very popular. You know, when Momijio was still very popular. That, all these preachers will come out and say, don't eat Titus fish, you will not make heaven. And Nigerians believed it. And then they will come and say, there is no other sex style but just missionary that is approved by God. Nigerians believed it. All right? And they believe all this mambo jumbo and all kinds of stuff. And that's where you know that Nigerians, majority of us are dumb. Why do we accept things just because one guy is saying it? I'm still very embarrassed today. And anybody going to Christ Embassy should be ashamed. Anybody attending Christ Embassy should be ashamed of themselves. Your pastor fought against 5G. This is 5G you are using right now. This is 5G that we're using right now to broadcast. This is 5G that we're using. Your pastor preached all these terrible messages about 5G, creating all kinds of confusion and commotion in Christianity, and was speaking grammar, big English. And the guy just escaped like that. You guys did not question him, sir. We are demanding for apology for the stupid messages you preached during pandemic. You guys never did. He never did. Leaders are supposed to be brought to book. Leaders are supposed to be criticized. Leaders are supposed to come and say, we are sorry for the mistake we have made. If they refuse to say, I'm sorry, that means they're above the law. Then everybody's going to begin to act dumb. We follow them. We believe that they are our leader. But at the end of the day, they make mistakes. But instead of we asking them to apologize, we still hail them. And then we go deeper and deeper in these mistakes. Then they're going to come back again next week and still teach us something nonsense. And then we still approve it. And that's my pain right here. And I've been talking about this thing for years. Many years. Many years I've been talking about it. And we have refused. We have refused to change. We have refused to change. And we are still doing the same thing. People going to Redeem supposed to be ashamed of themselves. They're supposed to tell Baba Adebo, say, sir, you made a mistake, sir. And the mistake you made was you said, whoever is not paying tithe will not make heaven. Sir, can you please apologize? Not to your leaders, but apologize to the entire Nigerians. Because we follow you, we believe in you. We trust you with our lives. This stuff you said just now just destroyed us. It's not biblical, sir. And let them come outside with humility and say, we are really sorry for what we did. We are humans. Do you know we're going to accept it? We're going to agree and say, yeah, you guys are human. It's possible for you to say nonsense. But don't keep short and make us to look like as if to say we are crazy. Don't keep quiet and make us to look like we're crazy. We don't know what we're doing. Don't do that. We're very knowledgeable people. And that's why I look at a lot of PhD holders in Redeem, a lot of master's degree holders in Redeem, and then they eat this thing, they eat it like it's food without questioning it. Without questioning this thing. And that's why you look at us in Nigeria, that anybody could just arise from nowhere and just start telling us a lot of things. I remember when I was in CAC, and the general overseer of CAC brought a guy, and the guy was crying. And he said he went to heaven. And then he listened to the song in heaven. And then he brought his phone out and recorded the song in heaven. And when the guy played the music, you know the opera music that they play here in America, opera, there's the that song. That song go. the man now played the song to us, and everybody started crying. I was like, Nigerians, why are you guys dumb? That is opera music right there. That's not in heaven. The guy didn't go nowhere. He didn't go anywhere. This guy's just lying to us. People can just stand up and just cook stories. They just cook all kinds of stories for us, and we eat it like we're dumb. Like we're dumb. And for me, I just sat down there. I was just looking. I just sat down. I was just looking at our general overseer was actually buying down and was being on his knee. This is a PhD holder, for God's sake. I'm being cajoled by a fake revelation by somebody. And what do you think the whole CAC is going to do? Everybody in CAC will bow down to the same lies when the leader is bowing to it. Why won't they lie? Reverend Sam Adeyemi said something. He said, we preach prosperity for the past 40 years. We have seen for the past 40 years, we've been preaching prosperity and nobody's prospered. And then we have been preaching to people that when we lay hands on them, they will suddenly become a millionaire. And that's not the case. You must have to work. You must have something you're doing. You must work before you can make money. You cannot make money without working. So all of this, bringing people to church and laying hands on them and pouring anointing oil on their head and all kinds of stuff, is just going to get them lazier. And they will continue to be hungry, and then they will look for someone to dupe. And that is why a lot of our church people are going into prostitution. What are we supposed to do? Are we not supposed to open our eyes? And when people like myself, when we teach on this topic, Nigerians that we are fighting for will come over and attack us. They will really want to attack us on this. And I'm so glad Samadi Emi is actually talking about it now. And when Samadi Emi is talking about it right now, maybe they will understand that it's not about his church not growing. For someone like me, they will say, oh, maybe because his church is small, that's why he's attacking the ones with the big church. But when now Samadi Emi has a big church, over 45,000 members, and he's preaching the same message right now. So what are you going to say? Is he jealous of Adeboye or jealous of Oyedepo now? What are you going to say? Is he jealous of who? Who is he jealous of right now? You know, Nigerians are just unbelievable that it's difficult for us to think. Thinking is not part of what we do in Africa. We love to be instructed. Instruction is what we take. We take instruction. Jump up. They'll say, how high? Then you keep jumping up. For me, I'll ask you, why do I have to jump up? What is the job going to do for my life? And I think I shared this testimony here of these 4 young men who go to church to play keyboard and beat the drums and stuff. And the pastor will just pay them $100 every Sunday they go. And these guys were suffering. They all live inside of the same house. They sleep on the floor. And one day, they met me. And they said, oh, Pastor Shola, we're really suffering. Can you pray for us? Can you speak a word? So I said, me, I don't speak word, though. They slap word. He said, oh, they said, what do you mean? I said, I will slap you guys. I said, I'll slap you guys on the head. They said, why? So I said, you guys are stupid. Very stupid idiot. I said, how many times do you go to church? He said, we go to church 4 times in a week. I said, good. How many years have you been going? He said, it has been a long time. So I said, what have you become? Nothing. I said, you're stupid. I said, can you do something for me? They said, what? Can you stop going to church for the next 4 months? They said, how about the $100 pastor is giving us? I said, do you have money saved? They said, yes. I said, okay, use the money you have saved to eat for the next 4 months. And what I'm going to do to you is connect you with someone that will take you certifications and you get jobs. And they said, really? I said, yes. I said, they said, we need degree? I said, you don't. All you need is GED. We have GED, sir. We're even graduates. I said, okay, then let's go do it. Then I sent them to go to the place, and then they took the classes. They took the classes just only for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. They set up their resume, posted it online. Recruiters started calling these boys. Within the first 1 month, the 4 of them got jobs. $35 an hour each. $35 an hour each. The 3 of them. Now they started making money. They went for training. They started the job. Then they came to see me on one weekend. And I said, and they were thanking me, prostrating. I said, don't prostrate to me. You're supposed to go and thank God. I said, did I pray with you guys? He said, no. I said, I didn't pray. I said, okay. I didn't pray, right? He said, no. I said, what did I do? He said, you taught us how to. I said, okay. That was what Jesus Christ said to Peter. I said, come, I will make you. It's about making. You make people to become. You don't just pray for people. You make them to become. He said, come, I will make you fishers of men. So who you are, you're supposed to be authority over your people. You're supposed to convert them to whatever they want to become in life. You're supposed to have every connection as a pastor to wherever those people can get blessed. I did it to them right now. Now those boys are now pulling people from that church to go and be doing that certification right now and getting jobs. The pastor didn't come to thank me because I told the boys not to leave the church. I said, be going back to that church. I said, make sure you go to church. And they're going to the same church. But now they got jobs. They are no longer collecting money from church. They have their own job and they are paying their tithe into church now. But the pastor never come to me to thank me. And I say this all the time. We just go to church and be pouring anointing oil on people's heads. And because pastors don't know what to do. They don't know exactly what to do, where to go. They always make sure that they give glory to powers and principality over your life. You are struggling in your life. You couldn't get a job. And then they will say it's powers and principality blocking your way to prosperity. It is not powers and principality, it's lack of knowledge. If you don't know what to do, you don't know what to do. The moment you know what to do, you find out that the road will open. The door will be open unto you. Or it's going to be open unto you. You seek for knowledge. Go to someone with knowledge. Let them educate you. Let them take you to where you're supposed to be. All right? And if you come to my church today, all I'm doing right now is actually trying to motivate and push my members, they must become an entrepreneur. They must start businesses. They must be selling something or rendering a service. And that's where the money is going to come from. That's where they're going to prosper. Prosperity don't come from praying. It doesn't come from praying. Prayer is a doorway to revelation. When you pray, God will show you great and mighty things. That's what he said. He said, in the days of trouble, when you call me, in the days of trouble, I will show you great and mighty things that you don't know. So when God will now show you revelations, it's now left to you to act on it. If you refuse to act on the revelation, you continue to pray the rest of your life. You're going to continue to pray the rest of your life. And this is what is missing in Nigerian setting. We just only pray. What God cannot do does not exist. Now we continue to shout and pray and cry. But at the end of the day, nothing's coming to pass. No result is coming. We are not getting results. And that's why our country is still where our country is today. Our country is still without results. Our country is still without results. So now it's affecting marriage right now, that women are holding on to marriage, like I used to say, marriage is a ticket to heaven. They could not stand their ground and say, you know what? I'm inside of this marriage to be a friend of yours. And I want you to be mine. I don't want to be your slave. I don't want to be afraid of you. I don't want to be scared of you. I want to be your friend. I want to be able to talk to you. I want to be able to hold your hands. I want to be able to hold your hands and talk to you. That's what I bargain for. That's what I pray for. I pray for a husband as a companion, as a partner, not as a bully. All right? So when you now come into that relationship and you become a bully, and a woman now decides to now turn around against you, all right? Let me tell you this. The woman is not a bad woman. You created the monster. It is what you give to a woman that the woman will give back to you. I always say this all the time. For a lot of men, young men out there, you're about to get married, know this principle. It's a principle. It has been proven, tested worldwide, and it's working. Anywhere you go, you will see it that it's working. If you respect people, people will respect you. Do you know when you come to a place and you talk about somebody, people will say, oh my God, that person is a nice person, very respectful. And then they give respect to that same person. That's why they say respect is given to who respect is due. Because they respect people, people must respect them. When they cherish people, people will cherish them. When they honor people, people will honor them. You see, it's a principle. Whatever you sow, that's what you reap. When you sow it, you reap it. If you refuse to sow it, you cannot get it. You might get it for a time, but you're not going to get it for the rest of your life. Because a day is going to come, the person that is giving you respect will tell himself or herself that I'm only giving too much of me. I'm putting too much in this relationship, and it's now starting to affect me. It's affecting me right now. I can't give as much any longer. And then they turn around against you. So as a person who is trying to get into a relationship to enjoy marriage, you must understand it's about giving. It's about what you give. What are you giving in your marriage? What do you give? What are you giving to your partner? Are you giving respect? Are you giving honor? Are you giving support? Are you giving love? Are you giving wickedness? Are you giving abuse? Are you giving insult? Are you being wicked? And then that's when you now begin to now know and be waiting for the result. Because when you plant something, it might take some time for it to grow. And then by the time it will grow, it will come to you. You will actually now understand, oh my God, I think I planted something wrong. Or I must have planted something good. The Bible says when the sower was planting, some fell on a good ground. Some fell on the roadside. Some fell by the thorns. And some fell on the rocks. But it didn't grow well. Only the one that fell on the good ground grew and brought result. So when he started seeing the result, then he realized I must have sown and planted on the good ground. And he planted the right seed, not a bad seed. The right seed must be planted on the right, inside of the right soil for it to grow. So a woman is like the soil. The man is the planter, is the planter, the farmer who is planting love. You are supposed to plant love. The seed that God has given unto a man to plant is love. That seed is love. When you plant the seed of love, it will grow into a tree of love. And the tree of love will start bringing fruit of love. that will start falling upon you as you suck it, as you eat it, and then you'll be full and filled with love inside of you. And that's when a man will look and say, oh my God, this marriage is pleasing. I am happy in this marriage, because you are able to put the right seed inside of the right soil, and the soil is got manure inside of it, and that soil is good enough to make the tree to grow, to bring forth fruit in multiple, some in 100, some in 60, some in 30. All right, depends on what you put in the ground. It depends on what you put in the ground. You must put the right seed in the right soil. In the right soil. Okay? So, and this is what we need to go and sit down and then look into it. And ask yourself a question. What kind of fruit or what kind of seed am I planting? What kind of seed am I planting? All right? When you plant the seed of wickedness, you will definitely reap it. When you plant the seed of love, you will definitely reap it. It is what you plant that you reap. So as a man that is going into a relationship, always have it at the back of your mind. You cannot cheat on a woman. That's a bad seed that you are planting. When you cheat on a woman, the woman will actually receive it, and that tree will grow for you. It's either she will go back to cheat on you, or she will become a wicked soul in your life, and she'll become a thorn in your flesh. All right? So you're going to now begin to look at her and say, okay, she must be a witch. She refused to forgive. You see, the process of forgiveness takes a while, and it takes sacrifice on the part of a man. You must cease and stop doing what you're doing for the woman to be able to heal thoroughly. But it takes years to do that. It takes a very long time to do it. So if you don't have the time, please don't even try it. Don't try it. So you are getting tired of marriage. The very first thing I would recommend for men or this guy to do is to, first of all, sit with your wife. You see, sometimes it's good to communicate before you jump and start looking for counselor. Sit down and have a conversation. And most of the time, I tell people, when you want to do such a kind of a conversation, don't do it in the house. Don't do it at the house. Make sure you take your wife, to a place, a very nice, cool, quiet place where nobody is. And that's where you take your wife to. And then you sit down and then, talk about it. You say, sweetheart, we have been married now for 14 years. And I want to give you credit for everything you've taken, everything you've gone through. I know you are not happy in this marriage. And this is the reason I'm calling this meeting right now, because I'm not happy too. And because you're not happy, I'm not happy. Things are not working well. I really don't know how our kids are feeling. But what can we do? What is it that we could do to make this thing work better? And I'm telling you, I don't think a woman is crazy. That woman will open up. Beside her, she will cry first. She will cry first. And when she's crying, please don't touch her. Don't touch her at all. Just let her cry. She'll cry. And then when she's done crying, and she'll start from 1946. And she'll start bringing it gradually, until 2023. And you will be able to hear things that you've never even imagined in your life. And you'll find out that the woman has been holding on to so much. And you'll find out that her heart has been bleeding for so many years. And that you have neglected her, you've ignored her, you're not really communicating with her, you're not even listening to her voice. You come to the house, you're just a bully, just jumping all around the place and hanging out with your friends. She has been living a single mother's life for the past 10 years. The past 10 years. And you don't even know. She'll open up to you. So the next stuff you want to do at that point in time is to actually apologize for every bad thing you've done. If you have explanations to do, you do. But if you know you don't have explanations, don't rock the boat. Don't try to cover your track. Because see, before a woman will keep quiet and just start looking at you, she got proofs. Evidences, photos, videos, screenshots, all manners of things. All right? Inside. She got it inside of her phone. Don't even try. Don't even try to cover yourself. Don't even try it. The more you try it, the more you are creating more bitterness in her. the more she's going to hate you. And she will label you to be a liar. Label you to be a liar. You don't want to block it. You don't want it. Just understand that the FBI, you are busted. You are busted and you are busted already. Because if you allow her to start showing you proofs, even you yourself, you will regret, asking for proofs. Don't. It has happened right in my nose. And that man was saying, Pastor Shola, I didn't cheat on this woman. I swear to God, I have never stepped out in this house. And the woman said, Aki, Fuso, Tokubo, Pastor, I'm sending some things to you. Be watching it on WhatsApp. Check your WhatsApp, Pastor. Check your WhatsApp. And me, I was checking WhatsApp like this. I'm seeing the man. Hey, sir. I'm seeing your face here now. This is you that are holding the breast of a woman. This is you. You are this one on the horse. You are riding a horse with another woman. and that's when the man opens his mouth there. Where did he get those pictures from? I'm telling you. Before a woman will keep quiet, they got proofs and evidence in their everything's there on their phone. They got it. So don't cover nothing. The best thing for you to do if you still want the marriage is just go ahead and prostrate. Nobody's seeing you. You're in the hotel by yourself. You go ahead and prostrate and appeal to her and beg her. And the next thing you want to do when you guys go home is sign up for counseling session, because the counselor will know exactly how to make your wife feel better again. And then they're going to do whatever it is that is needed to do as you give her time to process. Don't just say, but I said I'm sorry yesterday. It's not about saying sorry yesterday. It's about a continuous sacrificing. A continuous one. You continue to sacrifice. It's not that you're going to say I'm sorry every day. It's your character. It's your attitude. It's your behavior. Your secrecy must end. You can't be secretive no more. Your telephone must be unlocked and on the table all the time. And when the phone comes in, you pick it up. That's how they develop that trust again. They develop the trust again gradually, but it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. So don't push it. Don't even push it. Don't be saying, but I said sorry yesterday, let's have sex today. No. They do not want to have sex with you now. Your hand and your breath. Your hand feel like sandpaper. Your breath is like a dragon breath. To them, they don't want you. You stink. At that point in time, they just want you to go and stay somewhere. Just go and stay somewhere. You go and sleep on the couch for the next few months. All right. When they process things, always give them that opportunity to process. If you don't give a woman that opportunity to process, you are only going to have a half-baked woman that the forgiveness is not really thorough. And then she will begin to bounce in and out. And whenever she want to talk, she'll talk from bitterness because you didn't allow her to process that forgiveness properly. And you just forced her to come back and start wanting to touch her again. Some men, they believe that sex will actually cure bitterness. They believe, when my wife is angry, let me just dump on her. By the time we finish having sex, she will forget about everything. No, they are not forgetting. It's just a kind of a feeling of the moment. It's just a feeling of the moment. That moment is just going to make them feel good. And then by the time you're done with them and then they sit down again, they stop and still come back to them. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You're just trying to use emotions to cure whatever is not supposed to be. And you're going to regret it. And you will definitely regret it. Because that woman is not going to be well-baked, well-cooked. And that forgiveness is not going to be thorough. It's not going to be real. It won't be real. All right? So after you've done that, you see a counselor. The counselor will know exactly what to recommend, what to talk to you guys about. And if therapy is needed, your wife will go for therapy because therapy will help her to heal quickly. Therapy will help her to heal quickly. And you see, sometimes when my clients call me, I tell them beautiful things. The women, I tell them beautiful things because they are all beautiful. I look at them and say, oh, wow. A woman called me the other day and we jump on Zoom, and my God, this is a beautiful woman. very beautiful woman. And she told me my husband stopped touching me 2 years ago. I was like, who does that? What kind of a man will abandon a pretty, beautiful woman like this for 2 years? And I started by telling the woman, I said, Madam, for the records, you are a very beautiful woman. She was like, really, Pastor? I said, yeah, you are very beautiful. You're very educated and you're a peaceful person. You're a nice person. The Lord is with you. And you can become anything you want to be in your life. And you see the word, as I speak that word, as I speak that word to her, you will begin to see her glowing. You see the glow start coming back, the glow start coming back, and then she'll just become lively, and then she'll start talking to me, and she'll talk to me. And this is what they're missing in the home. This is what they miss in the home. They want you to appreciate them. They want you to compliment them. Tell them they look beautiful. Tell them the dress is good. Tell them they smell good. Tell them they are brilliant. Tell them they are the best in the hands of God. You see, every day you say that, you are building a very happy woman. Ah, ah, you are building a very happy woman. The more you say it to her. Say it to her when you go to bed. Say it to her when she wakes up. Say it to her when she's cooking. Say it to her when she's sitting watching TV. Say it to her when she's going out with her friend. Just give a compliment about her shoes. You know, give a compliment about whatever it is that she's wearing. All right. Talk about, oh my God, you smell good. She's gonna take it. She'll be smiling. She'll love it. You know, that's therapy for you. That is therapy for you. And the same way we go to pray, prayer is another form of therapy. When you go to pour your mind out to God, it's therapy, because now the body is going to be light. You've spoken to the higher power, and then that burden has been lifted from you. And then you go home feeling so fulfilled, feeling so blessed. So prayer is a form of counsel, a form of therapy also. So when you now go for therapy, they will now make your wife to be able to feel good in herself. And then the healing process will now be very, very fast. And then as you are helping in the house, helping her to cook, helping her to clean, helping her to do all kinds of stuff, then the therapist will be doing his own job, just putting her where he's supposed to be. And then you take over the job from the therapist. And you will now continue to give her compliment. And you continue to talk to her. You give her attention. Whenever she want to talk, you are there available to talk with her. You are there available to help her. You are there available to pick her up. Whenever she wants to be picked up, just go pick her up. Sometimes it's not like she doesn't want to drive. It's just, it feels special for my husband to pick me up at work. I want everybody to know that this is my husband. I want everybody to know this is my husband. I want everybody to know that we love each other. Just pick me up. That's what they love. They love to be seen with you. They love to touch you. They love to hold you. They love to flaunt you to the people, and they say, people, that's my man. So if you can make yourself available for them, you don't have to be talking about, I'm tired of marriage, I'm tired of marriage. You don't have to be talking about, I want to get out, I want to get out. It's just that what we are not doing, what we should be doing that we are not doing. And that's the problem in our homes. All right. Let me open my telephone line for just a few minutes. In case anybody would love to call in, let me put the telephone number on the screen. I'm a little late anyway, but let's try it. I'm not sure. Hello? Hello?
Hey, Shola, this is Thomas Demore with the United States Postal Service. How's it going?
I'm good. Everything's fine.
And listen, the reason for my call is I'm a mailing, shipping, and advertising consultant
Yes.
on a recorded line for. I was assigned to you to assist you with your mailing and shipping. Can you tell me a little bit about your business?
Oh my God. Actually, I'm inside. I'm inside a meeting right now. Is it possible for me to call you back like in 10, 15 minutes?
Sure.
To this number?
Yeah, extension 63768.
Hold on. Let me type it. Let me write it down, so I won't forget. Um, okay, give it to me. 833 877 7249. Okay, I'll give you a call back.
It's extension 63768.
Oh, okay. Extension. Give me that extension again. Sorry.
63768.
63768. Okay. What's your name?
Thomas Demore.
Okay, Thomas. Okay. I'll call you back.
All right, my friend.
Thank you. Bye. All right, sorry about that, guys. If anybody would like to call in, the telephone number is on the screen 405-550-5135. That's the telephone number to reach me. You have something to say, you have a question for me before we get out of here. You're free to ask me. You have a question for me, please go ahead and make the call. So we're gonna wait for that call for just a few minutes, and if we don't, I will just go ahead and just jump out of here quickly so I can go and attend to the rest of my assignment for today. And I will later come by and share what God showed me. What God showed me. All right, no phone calls. Waiting for phone calls. If we're not getting any phone call, just gonna be gone. No phone calls. All right. I want to say thank you very much to all of you guys for watching my show today. And please, if you have not been following, go ahead and follow me on Facebook. Follow me on YouTube also. You can follow me on Instagram for my short videos by the grace of God. I will still be here again later today uh, to actually do my singles connect by the grace of God. I'll see you guys then. God bless you. Peace. Bye.